Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the fourth Sunday conference of the National Electoral Commission. Let me introduce the Commission. Deputy Chairman of the NEC, Judge Sylwester Marciniak, members of the NEC, Judges Wojciech Sych, Grzegorz Jędrejek, and Wojciech Kręcisz. Sir, over to you. Thank you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. As we predicted, the election silence ended at 9 p.m. I would like to thank all of those who were interested in prolonging the elections. Also, thank you for being involved in the elections in order for them not to be prolonged and for us to be able to declare the official results. We will present to you the important events before 2 p.m. and 5 p.m. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. As for the results of the bodies that are responsible for the surveillance of the elections, as for 6 p.m., the overall crime rate is 6 crimes. Those are crimes based on the penal code. As for infractions based on the electoral code, we have noted 19 of them. So, as for events that have happened before, included in the information for 2 p.m., we can see that the election was rather peaceful and there have been no significant events reported. We have been informed that 2 events resulted in the arrest of 2 voters. Commission number 7 in Dakowy Mokre informed us that some voters tried to exit the polling stations with paper ballots. Of course, now this is being investigated and this voter has been arrested. A more significant event happened at Parkowa in Dobroszyce. There, one of the members of the commission was attacked by a voter. He was struck by him. Of course, the voter has been arrested and it is being investigated. As for other situations, Commission 232 in Warsaw informed us that one of the members of the commission was under the influence of alcohol. He was not allowed to be involved in the work of the commission. He was removed from his position. The second situation concerns the electoral district in Łódź. One of the members of the commission was carrying a weapon. The moment this fact was ascertained, this member of the commission was searched and he was able to return to his position after it was established that he had a permit. That is all. As for another aspect of the police involvement in the voting process, as the national headquarters of police are informing us. As for 6 p.m., 26,165 functionaries of police were involved in the actions. 11,340 vehicles were used. 139 police dogs were used, and 2 horses were used. In that case, I would ask for any questions. Polish Press Agency. I have a question for you. When will we know the final results? Will this happen tomorrow or on Tuesday? There are 2 stages to this process. First of all, we need to determine the results of election committees, and then we have to allocate the seats to the Sejm and Senate. I think it will be tomorrow late evening at the latest. However, it also depends on the electoral districts, on the commissions, which amount to over 28,000. Of course, all the protocols are already being approved at this moment. However, I would like to remind you that the number of commissions is great. 4 years ago, the announcement was done on Monday, 9:30. Any further questions? The person who is asking the question is not using the microphone. We may not predict exactly whether the polls, the exit polls, are reliable. We can only rely on official results. We are not here to speculate, and we cannot tell you if what the polls are saying is reliable and correct. Any further questions? Radio Z? Yes, I would like you to tell us more about the crimes, the exact number. As for what we have received, the information we have received, there have been 51 infractions to the Electoral Code. Also, there have been 62 crimes and infractions, so the number was low if you take into account the entire election process. 51 and 62, exactly. Between 10 and 2 p.m., there were 51 such events. If we take into account the number of polling stations and the number of commissions, the number is very, very low. It is minimal. The number is very small. Any further questions? TVN24. As for the voter turnout, when will we know further results? We will receive them when the district electoral commissions forward them to us. At the earliest, we will receive them as soon as we receive the data concerning the results of the elections. There are no such data, we only have the final results. Any further questions? Ladies and gentlemen, the next conference, I would also like to thank the media for accompanying us at this hour. There will be another conference tomorrow at 10 a.m. This conference brought together Deputy Chairman of the NEC, Sylwester Marciniak, Wojciech Kręcisz, member of the NEC, Grzegorz Jędrejek, member of the NEC, Wojciech Sych, member of the NEC, head of the National Electoral Office, secretary of the NEC, Magdalena Pietrzak. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you, and we invite you to the conference tomorrow at 10 a.m.